Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Wednesday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you want to become a member, you definitely want to hop in there. We got 162 members on our way to 200 members, which would be awesome. So go ahead, definitely want to be a part of that. And yeah, we'll hop in it. 15 matchups today. Busy slate. Starting with the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Toronto opening up as road favorites at -116. Tampa -105 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.89. His last start he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 1 run. Had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Jalen Beeks with an ERA of 2.36. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Toronto winning yesterday's matchup 3-1. Definitely a low-scoring game. Tampa 2-8 in their last 10. They've definitely been struggling here. Have not been good covering. I mean, just looking at a lot of these games, they have not had a 1-point game in their last 10 games here. Yeah, I don't love that. Rays just have not looked good. Beeks has been very good on the mound. Kikuchi hasn't been horrible. Coming off a 1-run game, he's been actually decent. But I'll lean with the Blue Jays on the road. Playing good, got a good win streak. On a 3-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Yeah, Rays just haven't been able to cover as an underdog, which definitely concerns me. I'm going to take Blue Jays on the road. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -135. Phillies +125 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 2.77. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 4.34. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Braves dominating yesterday's matchup 13-1 on a 4-game winning streak. Playing very well. Braves 6-1 at home, getting it done at home. Yeah, I just really like what I saw out of the Braves yesterday. Playing excellent home baseball here. I'm going to take Braves at home here. You know, Phillies could be an interesting play today, but man, coming off a 13-1 game, how confident can you be in the Phillies today? I'm not sure. Love what the Braves have been doing. They've been playing very good. And I'm going to take the Braves at home in this one. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -185. Seattle +165 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Mariners is Luis Castillo with an ERA of 2.86. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 3.30. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Seattle winning yesterday's matchup 8-6. Played very well yesterday. Yeah, Garrett Cole coming off a bad game with 5 runs. Luis Castillo has been good on the mound. Coming off a 3-run game, but he's been very solid nonetheless here. And yeah, now that Seattle finally got a win under their belt here, I like Seattle +1.5 today, guys. Garrett Cole has been very spotty. Hasn't been the most reliable. Definitely vulnerable to giving up a good bunch of runs here. And I'm going to take Seattle +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -230. Arizona plus 190 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Cleveland is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.49. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Currently don't know who is pitching for Arizona today. Doesn't look like that info is out as of right now. So be sure to check the pitching status whenever that does get released for Arizona. Arizona getting a nice win yesterday, 6-3 as the underdog. Finally getting a win. They were on that 4-game losing streak. Arizona is just 2-8 on the road, 2-5 on the road against Cleveland. I do like Bieber on the mound. Coming off a 1-run game. 2 out of his last 3 games, he's only given up 1 run. So he's definitely been very good on the mound here. We don't know his pitching for Arizona, which is kind of sketchy to me. So I think I'm going to take the Guardians at home in this one. Coming off a loss. And I'm gonna lean with Cleveland at home. Next matchup with the Detroit Tigers versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 220. Detroit plus 180 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Tigers is Tyler Alexander with an ERA of 4.10. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 3.78. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 10 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Yeah, Joe Ryan coming off probably his worst game of all season. We're giving up 10 runs, which is insane. Insane that they kept him in that long to give up 10 runs. Detroit getting a nice underdog win yesterday, 5-3. Alexander, he's been okay. Nothing crazy. I know Joe Ryan kind of looked past his last game. He's giving up 10 runs. I mean, that doesn't happen very often to any pitcher. But I'm still going to take Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Got the win yesterday. Simply don't trust the Twins at minus 200 or higher. Especially if you took them yesterday at minus 200, they hurt you. I'll take Detroit plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 150. The Orioles plus 135 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Orioles is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 7.01. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 2.52. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Yeah, Baltimore on a 2-game winning streak right now against the Rangers, winning 8-2 and 7-2. Guys, they've played very good in this series so far. Getting disrespected as an underdog on a 5-game winning streak against the Rangers. And been a great covering team as well. Despite Bradish's ERA, he's given up 6 and 5. Hasn't been the best. Perez has been very good on the mound. He's only given up 3 runs here. In his last 3 starts, Perez has been very good for the Rangers. And I think the over is probably a good play in this game, with Bradish giving up a lot of runs. And guys, I'm going to look past the fact that Perez is only allowing a few runs, and that Bradish hasn't been the best, but it'll probably be a bullpen game. But I'm taking Baltimore plus 1.5 again. Hard to fade them when they've won their last 2 against the Rangers. Pretty dominant. Rangers have not looked good in this series. They just haven't. And we've seen good pitchers on the mound, and the runs just haven't been able to support. Perez could easily have a good game, and Rangers just struggle to score, which they have not been able to score this series. I'm taking Baltimore plus 1.5 until they really start losing. They've been winning, covering. Give me Orioles plus 1.5. Next matchup, we have the Kansas City Royals versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 155. The Royals plus 130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 3.61. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.42. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Kansas City losing to the White Sox yesterday 9-2. Wasn't a good outing yesterday. Not in love with Lance Lynn on the mound, though. Brady Singer's been very good. Coming off a no-run game, and then he's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Lynn's given up 10. I like Royals plus 1.5 today. Lynn been very unreliable all season for the White Sox. And White Sox, just a hard team to trust with back-to-backs. I'm going to take Royals plus 1.5 on the road here. Next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at minus 250. Nationals plus 205 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.76. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Anibal Sanchez with an ERA of 7.47. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Mets killed everybody yesterday. I'm just amazed at how bad the Mets were yesterday, losing to Washington, missing a bunch of players. DeGrom on the mound, which was actually pretty good in his starts. I mean, he only gave up 1 run. But the second he came out, man, the rest of the pitchers were just giving up home runs, and it was just horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And they couldn't get the runs to really support anything last night. Very disappointing. I do like the Mets to bounce back today. Anibal Sanchez has been pretty bad on the mound. He's given up 13 runs in his last 3 starts. Not in love with that at all. Mets 8-2 on the road. I like Mets to bounce back, guys. I know they hurt us yesterday, but with Anibal Sanchez on the mound, it makes for a great bounce back opportunity. Move on to the next day, guys. I like the Mets on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Reds plus 170 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Reds is Mike Minor with an ERA of 6.31. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 1.99. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 5 strikeouts. Reds on a 4-game winning streak right now. Marlins on a 5-game losing streak. Marlins have definitely struggled to score in this series. They've only scored 2 runs in this series so far. Hard to trust the Marlins, even with Sandy on the mound. Reds getting crazy good plus money. Plus 170, the way the Reds have been playing, I think it's a steal today. Even with Sandy on the mound, sure, Sandy could have a good game. It's been a low-scoring series, but is he going to get the run support from his team, which he has not? Marlins have not. They've scored 1 run in each of the last 2 games here. Not in love with that. Reds been playing well. Got a 4-game winning streak. Yeah, not going to take a minus 200 favorite when they've been playing awful. Just not going to do it. Just doesn't make me feel good. I'll take Reds plus 1.5 on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 200. Pirates plus 165 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 4.42. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is Tyler Beede with an ERA of 3.12. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Beede coming off given up, hasn't allowed a run in 2 of his last 3 starts on the mound here. Pirates getting a 5-3 win yesterday against the Brewers. Crazy, man. It's just crazy, these big favorites. You just can't trust minus 200 favorites anymore. You simply just can't do it. And as bad as Pitt's been, it's hard for me to trust the Brewers again here, man. It really is. It really is. I think I'm going to have to take a shot with the Pirates plus 1.5 at home. Just didn't like what I saw from the Brewers yesterday. Peralta coming off a 5-run game here. Bede's actually been good, and Bede actually hasn't played since 2019, but I kind of look past it. I think it's going to be a bullpen game, guys. And yeah, Brewers, man, they just let you down. They really do. On a 2-game losing streak here, not really sold on them. I'm going to take a shot with Pirates plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Cubs plus 145 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 3.86. His last start, he pitched 3 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 2.86. His last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Cubs, on a 3-game losing streak right now, have not scored in their last 2 games. Really thought they'd get a cover yesterday, but they couldn't get it done. I do like Miles on the mound. And St. Louis on a 2-game winning streak, playing very well in these last 4 or 5 games. Yeah, Cubs, hard to trust them right now. They're on a scoring slump. Don't love that whatsoever. I'm taking the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 240. Oakland plus 195 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for Oakland is James Caprillion with an ERA of 4.50. His last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 2.81. His last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak. Angels getting a nice win yesterday, 3-1 against Oakland. I just think this is a good spot for LA here with Ohtani on the mound. Really hoping he gets the run support and to back him up, because he's been definitely great on the mound. 2 out of his last 3 games, he's only given up 3 runs. And yeah, I like Ohtani on the mound. I'm going to take the Angels at home in this one. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus San Francisco Giants. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 160. Giants plus 135 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.71. His last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 2 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 4.39. His last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. Dodgers on a 2-game winning streak against the Giants, winning 9-5 yesterday. Giants, man, they just struggle against the Dodgers. They really do. Dodgers on a 6-game winning streak against the Giants. 9-1 on the road right now, playing very well. Yeah, love Julio on the mound. They're just playing good, man. They really are. So I'm going to take the Dodgers on the road in this one. All right, next matchup, we have the Boston Red Sox versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 220. Boston plus 170 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Red Sox is Brian Bello with an ERA of 8.82. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. His last 4 starts, he's given up 2, 5, 5, and 4 runs. Hasn't been the best on the mound. Pitching for the Astros is Jose Urquidy with an ERA of 3.86. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston on a 2-game winning streak against Houston right now. Houston playing kind of poorly in this series so far. I like Houston to bounce back today, guys. I like Urquidy on the mound. Not in love with Bello on the mound for the Red Sox. He's given up a lot of runs here. I think this is where Houston gets their win in Game 3 here. And I'm going to take the Astros at home. Then the last matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the San Diego Padres. This game I could not find the line for. It is one of the last games of the night. But I do have the pitching info. Pitching for the Rockies is Chad Kuhl with an ERA of 4.59. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 4.43. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Padres on a 3-game winning streak against Colorado, winning 3-2, 13-5, and 4-1. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Rockies on a 4-game losing streak. Definitely been struggling here on this stretch. Padres 6-2 at home against Colorado. I like the Padres at home here. I like Blake Snell on the mound. And I'm gonna lean with the Padres at home in this one, guys. And that's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.